Hey guys, Brian here from 5 to Go. I think by now, everyone has at least heard the name TEMU. If you haven't, it's an online marketplace that is absolutely chock full of thousands and thousands of items at extremely low prices. We didn't think that they had much to offer RVers like us, so when they reached out to ask if we would like to partner with them, we were skeptical, but we agreed to take a look at what they had. And to be honest, we were pretty impressed by what we found. If you go over to TEMU.com or fire up their app and search for RV gear, you'll find everything from outdoor mats to water pressure regulators, roof tape, LED lights, awning fabric, solar panels, sewer gate valves, and kind of everything really. We already have our favorites of a lot of these core things that every RVer needs, so we put together an order with a bunch of accessories, organizational gear, and a couple wildcard items that caught our eye. We ended up ordering almost 20 different things and are going to show you guys our 8 favorite purchases. We're going to show you the current prices for these items as I talk about them, but keep in mind that you can get an extra 30% off and a bunch of other perks if you use the link to their app in the description down below. We've also got a special discount code right here that you can enter if you already have the app. That makes some already super low prices even lower. TEMU also offers free shipping and free returns for up to 90 days, plus they offer partial refunds if an item drops in price within a month of ordering, so it's basically a risk-free way to order and try out anything that's on their site. First up, we have this weird little clothes hook. It's a cool little gadget for hanging multiple things in one spot, plus it spins around. We tested it out with 4 of Terra's Loungefly bags. They're a bit too bulky to make proper good use of this hook, but it was strong enough to hold all of them, so it would be good for all sorts of other things. I could see it with belts or scarves or hats or a bunch of other little small things that you want in one spot in your closet without taking up like a wide area in a small RV closet. Next up, we got these little cord organizers. We've seen things similar to this before called cord winders, probably on some infomercial somewhere, and those are somewhere around $3 each. These ones do a great job for less than $1 each. If you haven't seen these before, they're a little stick-on thing that you wrap cords around and then you grab the cord in the middle to hold it all together. This is perfect for things like our toaster, because when we would put it away before, we would just shove the cord into the top of the toaster to keep it from flopping around everywhere. With this stuck on there, the cord stays nice and tidy. We're going to add these to our Keurig and a couple other things with unruly cords. Now we're getting to one of our absolute favorite new pieces of RV gear, picnic table covers. I know that sounds ridiculous, but stick with me here. If you've spent any amount of time RVing, you know how gnarly some of these picnic tables can get. We carried around regular outdoor tablecloths for years, but those are always a pain because you have to clamp them down, and then the extra bits that are hanging down get all flappy in the wind, and then the normal tablecloths don't cover the seats, so they're just not great. We've known about these like elastic table covers for a long time now, but for whatever reason, we've never ordered one until now. That was a really big mistake. These come in a set of 3 pieces. The main table piece fits over a normal picnic tabletop and holds onto the edges and corners with some elastic banding. The other 2 pieces fit over the benches and hold on the same way. Now, whether you've got a gross old picnic table in your site that's covered with splintery or funky mossy bits, or a brand new table that's deciding to ooze sap or has sharp edges, you're all set. It's covered. We should have ordered these things years ago. Go ahead and toss one of these into your cart. You won't regret it. Don't wait years to do it like we did. Something you've definitely seen before are these little cabinet bumpers. These are nothing new, but they're a heck of a good price on TEMU. These little dots are sticky on the back, and you put them on the corners of your cabinet doors to keep them from slamming closed. We've been using these kinds of things for years in our houses and in our RVs, but a 100-pack from Walmart or Home Depot will run you about $8 to $10, and these are only $1.34 for 100. They're a great little extra cart toss in at that price. Next up, we've got these cabinet lights. Adding lights to cabinets is an easy and really useful upgrade, especially in RVs where space is tight and the lighting is not always the best. These little stick-on motion sensing lights are super affordable, easy to install, and USB rechargeable, so you don't have to spend a lot of money feeding batteries into them to keep them going. The backside of these light bars is magnetic, and they come with little sticky metal pads that you can put up wherever you want the lights to be. We put these in our upper cabinets over the table where we keep boxed and canned food because the cabinets are a bit recessed into the slide and they're a little cave-like in there when you open the door. These lights turn on and off when you open that door, and they add a ton of light so you can see what's inside. They also have different light temperatures and brightness settings that you can cycle through. So if you prefer warmer or cooler light, you can set these to whichever one you like. The lights like these that they sell over at Home Depot are almost $13 each, and these ones that we got were $4.28. These also come in a bunch of different lengths, so you can fit them into whatever space you're working with: cabinets, closets, storage bays, maybe even in a toolbox or a fridge that has crappy lighting. This next one is a little bit of a wild card. If you're like me, you need moving air pretty much all the time, especially when you're sleeping. This little USB rechargeable folding fan collapses down pretty small and extends up to the height of a desk fan. So far, this little thing has lasted about 6 hours on a charge on low speed for me. I've used this around the RV a few times, and it's great to set up next to your chair outside when a little extra moving air would be nice. My favorite use so far was actually on a cruise that we took last month. This little fan was small enough to carry in my luggage, and then I just put it down on the floor on my side of the bed and tilted it up and aimed it at me. So when I was going to sleep, I would have moving air on me the whole night. It was glorious. This little guy is way cheaper on TEMU than on Amazon. I paid 11 bucks for this, and the cheapest similar one that I could find on Amazon was 30. That is a huge difference. Speaking of huge price differences, let's take a look at our favorite TEMU purchase so far. We were just at the Tampa RV show a couple weeks ago, and we always see the dude there in the exhibition hall with the tornado seat booth. If you've never seen those before, they're these cool little collapsible stools that go from a compact disc-shaped thing, and they spin up and out to a full-height stool with a really high weight capacity. As cool as they are, though, I could just never pull the trigger on them because they are 45 bucks each. That is a lot for something that we would A, need 5 of, and B, probably not use very frequently. Along came TEMU. We were browsing through all of the stuff that came up when searching for RV gear, and these showed up at around $10 each. I was very skeptical, but I decided to go ahead and order a 3-pack of them just to check them out. As far as I can tell, these are just as good as the ones that cost more than 4 times as much. They're super easy to set up, hold 550 pounds, which is pretty crazy, and they come in a few different colors, and they're really easy to store. They pop open like this, and that's it. It's all set up. And then you twist it, collapse it back down, and it's done. That's it. They also have straps on them, so they're super easy to carry. I could see attaching these to a backpack while you're out exploring, or tossing a couple in the trunk of your car or the back of your truck. You never know when a stool will be handy, and with as small as these collapse, that's as big as it is, it's handy to just keep them around. These little stools are easily my favorite thing that we ordered from TEMU, so you should absolutely have a couple of these in your RV. Our final TEMU purchase that we're talking about today is this portable air compressor. Now I know what you're thinking. There's absolutely no way that this will fill up an RV tire, and you are correct. While this little guy claims it will get up to 150 PSI, that would have to be in something with a really small volume. The front tires on this RV behind me are 130 PSI, and there is no way that this would even touch those. But that's not what this is for. This little pump is for small things like balls or bike tires, and can also be used as an emergency inflator for car tires. So far, I've been pretty impressed. I was skeptical. It's rechargeable, has a good sized battery in it, and my favorite part is that you just set the PSI you are looking for, and it automatically shuts off when it reaches that PSI. I tested this pump out on the spare on my Jeep, and it did really well. The spare was down to about 25 PSI. I know. So I set the inflator to 37 that it should have been, hooked up the pump, hit start, and let it go. It's not gonna win any awards for being quick or quiet, but it did the job. About 15 minutes later, give it space, it's a large tire, the pump had added the 12 PSI that it needed, and it had shut itself off at 37. All in all, it did well enough to earn itself a place in the back of my Jeep as a daily carry for emergency use, but I will still be tossing in my Viair whenever I go off-roading and have to air down and then air back up, because this is just too slow for that kind of use. So that's my 8 favorite things that we have gotten from TEMU. Let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna order any of these? Are you just kind of scared of marketplaces like that? Are you a little hesitant? Like, I didn't even know that they had RV stuff. So when we started digging into it and looking, I was actually shocked by how much stuff was actually on TEMU that I would order for my RV. So make sure to hit the links in the description down below. I did put a link to all of the specific items that I mentioned in this video down there. It's all listed out. And the prices on these things kind of fluctuate all the time. So make sure if you do order stuff, check back on those prices and take advantage of that price matching guarantee that they have for that first 30 days after you order stuff. And again, it's free shipping and all sorts of nice little perks. So hit the links in the description down below or use this code here in your app if you already have it. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.